Coming up on this edition of Capture, we hear your opinions on the new statue, talk to sports medicine about their federally funded study, and check out some of the free services available to you on campus.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Capture. I'm Landon Troca.
And I'm Faith Vandervoort.
3 explosions rocked Belgium's capital early Tuesday morning, 2 at the Brussels airport and 1 at a high-traffic subway station. Combined, these explosions killed at least 31 people and wounded 230 others.
Later that day, ISIS claimed responsibility for the attacks on one of their propaganda sites. According to the BBC, 2 of the suicide bombers who carried out the attacks have been named as brothers Khalid and Brahim El-Bakraoui, both Belgian nationals. Following the bombings, President Obama said these attacks are another reminder we must unite in the fight against terrorism.
Obama delivered his remarks from Havana, where he made history this week as the first sitting U.S. president to set foot on Cuban soil since 1959. Obama told the Cuban people he came to bury the last remnant of the Cold War, calling on the U.S. Congress to lift the trade embargo.
While the visit has advanced efforts to normalize diplomatic relations, Obama maintained the United States' disapproval of Cuba's record on human rights.
The future of that relationship will depend also on our next president. Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders continue to battle for a chance at the White House for the Democrats, but Clinton maintains her lead with nearly twice as many delegates.
Sanders did give Hillary a run for her money in Tuesday's Arizona and Utah primaries and Idaho caucus, topping her by 16 delegates. The same night, Ted Cruz pulled away with Utah, but it was Donald Trump who won Arizona, finishing the night ahead by 18 delegates. Turning to issues here on campus, every year students seem to voice a concern about where their tuition dollars are going. Capture reporter Gina Ender sat down with various APU resources to answer this looming question.
The $580 university fee funds various services for students at no additional cost, but regularly go underused. For example, just 96 students of the near 6,000 undergraduate body actually took advantage of the free virus scans offered by IMT last year. The office provides other services, such as file recovery, tune-ups, and computer diagnosis, all completely free.
If your hard drive ever crashes and you're having to work on papers, we will recover your academic files for you and transfer them to you without charge. We're like, no, technology should not be the thing that keeps you from excelling academically.
The University Counseling Center offers unlimited confidential counseling sessions for all students, from individual to couples, group, and crisis management. The office estimates 25 to 30% of all students come into the center at some point during their time on campus for reasons including anxiety, stress, depression, and family conflict.
From our surveys, from the information that we get, students feel very positively about their experience here.
The health center treats about 10,000 cases every year, from the flu to women's health, STD testing, diet, and minor procedures.
It's a great service to students at this transitional time.
Among other campus services is the Women's Resource Center, which offers study space, visitations, supplies, and referrals to other offices. But only 10% of female undergrads used their services last year. The Writing Center has seen an 18% spike in appointments, with more than 7,000 so far this year. The center also offers 30 workshops throughout the year. The Math and Physics Center welcomed over 800 students last semester, with at least 30 returning at least once a week for tutoring. Tutors are available to help with all levels of math and physics for 6 hours every day.
For more information on other services on campus, please visit apu.edu/business/resources/student. The Metro Gold Line Foothill extension is finally up and running. It stretches from the 2 new stops here in Azusa to Union Station in downtown Los Angeles. From there, connections can be made to all other lines. The city of Azusa, Rosedale, and APU all opposed the opening of the APU Citrus College Station, calling for a delay until the extensions of Citrus Avenue was completed. But Metro moved forward as originally scheduled. The Starbucks on East Alasta near Stater Brothers is relocating to the corner of Citrus and Alasta. According to the Azusa Police Department, the new location will replace the Burger King, which was leveled earlier this week. The new Starbucks will have a drive-thru and will be able to accommodate more customers than the previous location. It is expected to open in October.
Concern for how concussions can impact mental health has been at the forefront of a national conversation for some time. APU is now taking part in a federally funded study collecting data with Cougar athletes. Here's Capture reporter Brandon Rodriguez with more.
Last year, APU was selected to partake in the study of concussions under the Grand Alliance program, which is a partnership between the NCAA and the Department of Defense. Head APU athletic trainer April Hoy explains why this study is more important than sports and the level of competition. It's about the health of our athletes.
It's always been my goal to offer D1 resources to a Division II or even we're NAIA, because to me, medical care is medical care, and the standards should be the same for everyone. Now, we may not get the same gear as USC or some of the same perks, but when you're caring about someone's brain, I think that should take top priority, and it shouldn't matter what division you're at. So it was both. It's humbling to be in with that group, and then it affirms that we've been on the right track here.
APU is only one of 3 Division II schools in the program, but according to Hoy, we also have a 99% enrollment rate of all student athletes, which is the highest out of all 21 schools in the study. Athletic Director Gary Pine believes that they have an obligation as a sports medicine program to protect the well-being of our student athletes.
They're more than just performers, they're more than just students as well. They are personal beings made in the image of God that we have the opportunity to care for over the course of 4 years. And that's academically, that's spiritually, and that's physically. So it does speak very well about who we are as an athletic training program and as an overall athletic program.
One of the main goals is to increase the size of the program and for student athletes to become more aware of concussions while being mindful of their future.
APU Sports Medicine received a nearly $300,000 grant from the program to conduct the study on concussions, alongside powerhouse schools such as UCLA. APU will be finishing their first year of the anticipated 3-year study. Furthering the national conversation, this morning the New York Times released a report that the NFL has been using dishonest practices in its concussion research. Now we'll turn to Cougar athletes who made impressive showings in the NCAA competition during mid-semester break. First, on the track, APU sealed its second consecutive heptathlon national championship as freshman Shaquille Chateau claimed his first national title with the 7th best score in Division II history. Freshman Corey Reed and juniors Miles Pollard also finished among the top 10 in heptathlon. David Booker joined them at the meet, competing in the long jump. For the women, they were represented by jumper Sienna Booker and Daphne Chambers, as well as thrower Amber Pranapa. In the pool, at the NCAA Swimming and Diving Championships, freshman Abigail White broke her own school records in the 400-yard individual medley and the 200-yard backstroke. Both the men's and women's basketball teams ended their season during the West Regional Tournament. The women entered the tournament as the #1 seed after claiming the Pac-West Conference title. The Cougars fell 87-77 in the semifinal game against UC San Diego. For the men, their return trip to the tournament turned out similarly to the women, losing 81-66 to Western Oregon in the semifinal game. APU hosted its annual football pro day at Dillon Field on Tuesday. The Cougars partnered up with the University of Hawaii to welcome NFL scouts to measure and observe players that are trying to earn a shot at the league. The players performed the same drills as you would see at the NFL Combine. Former APU players Terrell Watson, Cody Clay, and Luke Marquette were all picked up by professional teams after strong showings on their pro days. For real-time coverage of select APU games, you can listen along with KAPU Sports Director Toph Buzzard. He'll be calling baseball's back-to-back doubleheaders this weekend against Holy Names, starting with first pitch tomorrow at 3 p.m. on KAPUradio.com.
Finally today, we go to reporter Caitlin Slater to address a unique addition to APU's campus.
Hi, I'm here in front of the new Cougar Statue in front of Wilden Hall. It's been creating quite a buzz around campus. After returning from spring break, a 7-foot-long, roughly 1,200-pound Cougar statue was placed right outside the business building. Capture sat down with Vice President David Bixby to discuss the new statue. He told us the Cougar was a gift given to the school by his good friend George Fermanian. The statue was the final touch after the $3 million refresh of Wilden Hall. According to Bixby, Fermanian's vision is for Christians to represent themselves at the highest level. He believes that as Christians, we do things with excellence because excellence honors God. The Cougar is a world-class piece of artwork designed by Joycelyn Russell. Let's hear what some of our students had to say about the new Cougar.
very large and pretty majestic looking.
What are your thoughts on this new Cougar?
The Cougar's great. It's a little awkward coming out of the building because it's just like giant cougar butt.
I think it's pretty awesome, actually. Like, it's school spirit, school pride, right in front of one of our biggest buildings at campus.
I mean, it's pretty cool, I guess. It's free, so anything free is good.
I think it's very fierce, and it represents the fierceness and integrity of our university.
We want to hear what your thoughts are on the new Cougar statue. Tweet us using the hashtag APUCapture.
My thoughts are that Cougar is awesome. That is all we have for this edition of Capture. Be sure to check back with us on April 7th for our next episode.
And in the meantime, remember to like our page on Facebook and share our election panel with special guests from both parties.
We'll see you next time.